Netflix's Way of the House Husband is one of the weirdest anime I've seen in a very long time, and not in the good experimental way that I like. An anime that should have been an easy slam dunk of an adaptation brought me so much disappointment in its lack of understanding several elements of what made the source material so entertaining. I don't like to be negative and focus on shows that are low-hanging fruits because I don't find it that interesting. For me, nothing is really added with these conversations and they're just going to be forgotten like the shows themselves in the next year or two, which is why I tend to avoid that. But Way of the House Husband is a very unique situation since it wasn't adapted in the usual way. The conversation around the anime has also been rubbing me the wrong way for some time now, and as someone who talks a lot about adaptations and is also a fan of the manga way before the anime, I need to get my 2 cents out there. And to explain all my issues with it, the best place to start is by taking a look at its manga and find why it's so good. The story centers on Tatsu, also known as the Immortal Dragon, a once feared Yakuza boss who had left the family unknowingly for a much cleaner life of being, well, a house husband. Which sounds super silly but gets even more so when you realize he incorporates the Yakuza way of life into these mundane situations, taking every task incredibly seriously and having so much intensity even for the smallest errand. And this is because he does it all for his loving otaku wife, Miku. Those concepts may seem like they'll clash, but it's that dichotomy between the gritty world and the calm slice of life genre and how it handles it that makes it so special. One chapter starts with Tatsu buying fish for dinner, and later he is crashing into a Yakuza headquarters. Another has him in a street fight in the first half and ends with him building a children's chair. Or my favorite moment being Tatsu celebrating Miku's birthday, only for 1 second later him almost cutting off his pinky with his wife pulling off a lariat to stop him that is so hard he flies out the window. And all this happens because his gift is something she already owns. This is the roller coaster ride that is the Way of the House Husband, and there are a lot of invisible details used to convey this insanity that are missing from the anime. So let's take a look at this simple scene and how it was done in comparison. Some of you may think it's fine, but for others like me, feel like something is off even though it really is just the content of the page. Why is that? For what I lack in manga, it still is one of my favorite forms of entertainment, and if I were to simplify why, it would be for 2 reasons. The first being its presentation. Comics in general are a very unique medium because of its format, that being a single page. A lot of visual information has to be shown to the reader in this very limited area, but this limitation is a strength. You can show all the moving parts individually and at the same time to make a bigger moment that feels a lot more whole. The result is that it makes situations feel a lot more instant. The second is that it's spatial. Using the space of the page and how the panels are laid out, what you read in one you can instantly connect to another anywhere on it, and that quick connection can change the context on how you view those other panels before and after. This is the basic language of comics, and when combined well, your brain fills in the gaps between the panels. It's a very controlled format, so only using what's in them, our brain figures out how to read those actions. Going back to that lariat, panel 1 is so abrupt from the previous, but all the little details give us that sense of speed and power. Miku's reaction coming right after with no text bubble keeps that abrupt speed. Then going to the bottom half with no anticipation to the lariat gives it so much impact, as if it was done on instinct. The final panel taking a leap showing him flying out the window. But it's that gap in time that makes it so powerful. With no connective tissue to link it to the previous image, it keeps that speed and we read it as one very fast action. When you see it all together, we get a perfect sense that all of this happened in an instance, which it did. Another form of this is when a single moment is spread across multiple panels, which you read as a much slower action. Kosuke Ono's compositions in and outside of the panels are subtle yet very effective. His layouts may look very standard, but all of them do such a good job in conveying even the tiniest change with the slightest movement of the eye, using the direction of how you're reading it to give the image the extra impact it needs. Like when he pulls you down the page so that when you reposition back to the top, you feel Tatsu towering over the salesman, pulling us down again to feel the pressure intensify. With how the art itself is composed, where it needs you to go, it leads you there without making it obvious. Including his positioning of speech bubbles makes reading its second nature. Even the calmest scenes flow so naturally. There was a lot of thought and care put into his art and presentation, which is why when the anime shows those same panels individually, one after another, they're not going to have the same effect. The pacing our brain figured out is now off since we're being shown images at the anime's own rhythm, and the ones that need others for their full effect are now missing something crucial to them, like this page. It gets across that he's trembling the moment he recognizes Tatsu and continues to do so for the entire exchange. While the anime separates all of it and awkwardly cuts in the bottom half of panel 2 for a split second, and it just doesn't work like this. Every element they went through works so well because they were made with the page in mind and are meant to be viewed all together. You can look at any moment from the anime and they all fail because of instead of adapting the spatial element, they removed it while keeping the format it's needed in. Another problem that plagues the anime is how it handles his artwork. And no, I don't mean that, but we'll definitely get to that later. What I mean is that one of the unique elements in Ono-san's artwork is that they all feel like a quick snapshot because of his posing. I don't know how he did it, but every character always has a slight feeling of imperfection that makes them goofier but a lot more believable. This especially for his action scenes. They all feel like they're in the middle of a bigger movement. Like when you take a picture of someone doing something and all you're left with is the awkward in-between frame. Giving the images a more genuine human element that makes them funnier, but can also be quite beautiful because it can feel like a still moment captured in a picture. Chapter 30 being one of the best places to see this. And this is sprinkled all over the manga, being in very minor panels like these, or fast impact ones like someone falling or getting hit, making it feel like you're just a random bystander seeing all this take place. When you pair that with his compositions and page layouts, it's no wonder why it feels so good to read. And all this works so well because as a manga, these still images can last as long as you want them to, and in general are just funny on their own. So what do you think is gonna happen when you add sound effects and slight movement to them? They're gonna be awkward, but not in the comedic way they were originally. These elements add on to the anime's rhythm, but now you're being given extra information that clashes with what you're seeing, making these funny, incomplete images now just feel like incomplete animation. You can totally understand what's going on in this panel and it's just nice to look at, while the other actually takes away from it since it's so distracting. Both problems are all over the anime, and while you definitely feel them throughout, the place that they hit the hardest are the action scenes. Big or small, the intention they were meant for is no longer here. The volleyball match that feels like a shonen battle now just feels so casual since it's so slowed down and just lacks the power of the original. This is also owing to the fact that Kosuke Ono's clean and solid art is now replaced with smudgy line work and flat bright colors. His use of black and white was integral to the manga because he could make any moment feel intense or lighthearted, adding to the wild tonality of the material. Here you feel the sense of dread in the salesman that is immediately contrasted with the following page's use of white. The anime simplifies his art and makes everything more visually cohesive, getting rid of that tone shift. So now it just feels really boring and there's no comedic impact. But it was also used to emphasize important details that are now watered down because they either blend in with the new look of the anime or are just completely removed. A moment that uses his skill to the fullest is when Tatsu is found on the floor because of the hard black on the gray and white, the trail behind him to make him look like he's been bleeding out, the splatter on his hands and clothes, and the ominous shading and mess behind him to make it look like a horrible incident has just taken place. The line work around the woman being thicker and rougher to subtly convey their shock. It's made to look like a Yakuza barely making it out of an intense battle when in reality he was just using a Roomba. It's a hilarious ending to a solid chapter that feels so lifeless in the anime. Honestly, I wouldn't really mind the lower quality art if it was meant for animation, but remember that this is a motion comic, so none of it is actually animated. At this point in the video, some of you may be thinking that my main conclusion is that it's bad because it's a motion comic, and I want to get it across that I was one of the few people that genuinely liked the idea when I first saw the trailer. I've seen enough in my time to say they can be pretty good when done well, so even if I were to look at it purely as a motion comic, I still wouldn't call it good. Its presentation is very inconsistent. Panels taking up the entire screen, sometimes it's very empty even though they clearly can fit more on there, but then other times using that space, even overlaying panels on top of each other. Or my least favorite thing, expanding panels to fill up the frame, leaving them with tons of empty space. The other thing is that usually motion comics keep the same exact art from the original, and that very limited animation works really well with the hard colors, line works, and shading. There's a charm to it because it's literally a comic brought to life. So with that in mind, why downgrade the art if you're not gonna take advantage of doing so? What's even the point of adapting it to an anime if it doesn't use any of the benefits of its medium and removes what makes the manga good? Since I'm asking so many questions, let's get to the final one, being how did this happen? Was it a new director? To my surprise, the person behind the anime was Chiaki Kun, who's been in the industry for over 20 years and directed the best season of Sailor Moon Crystal, and a personal favorite of mine being Golden Time, so it's probably not that. Was it a new studio? Nope, it's being done by JC Staff, who in my opinion has been putting out some really solid stuff these last few years. Was it a rough production cycle? I can't really say, but I would be very surprised since the episode lengths are a third shorter than the usual and it only has 5 episodes. The answer we're looking for is actually the author and producer. In an interview, Chiaki Kun stated the producer wanted it to look like the manga and to never move the characters. And with Ono-san liking the idea, it's how the anime came to be. The reason it's so good is because it's a manga, so I totally get where they're coming from. Ono-san really made this with manga in mind, so just copying and pasting it into a different format, it's just not gonna work. Even for a basic page like this, where he uses the size of the panels to make the final action feel like an explosion, in the anime having them fill the frame, that draw is gonna lose all of its power. While I like where their heads were at, I do think they were very misguided and made a lot of choices that didn't really pay off in the end. Chiaki Kun getting the role of director because of her previous show being Backstreet Girls Goku Dolls, since it's also a comedic take on Yakuza with limited animation and it's pretty clear when you see the look of it. But here's what the manga of Backstreet Girls looks like, and here's Way of the House Husband. The former having a much cruder style that the simplified art and animation totally work with, but is a massive miss shot for the latter. Chiaki Kun wasn't a bad choice in concept, just needed a bit of retooling cause the motion comic idea could totally work as I've shown, and actually has worked with this manga. Just look at the Viz Media trailer and promotions. Funny enough, I think it has more animation than the anime. Going back to that interview, she said there were moments where she thought it would be easier to just draw the scene and that it wasn't easy work at all. This is the other thing that didn't pay off. There was a lot more work to make it look worse because they didn't believe in it being a normal anime. And yeah, there are some manga that are very rooted to their format, but the whole point of adaptation is to leverage the advantages of one medium to make it work in a new way. To get this point across the best, I'm going to show you a moment from a manga and compare it to its anime version. From a series I think uses the medium exceptionally well, Kawaii Complex. For some context, it's the main character accidentally overhearing a conversation about her. Now let me ask you, from these two, which do you think is better? Most of you are likely to say the manga, since it's way more dynamic because it uses the two elements we talked about earlier. So with the anime unable to replicate this, does that make it bad? No, because it's doing its own thing that I'm able to enjoy it for completely different reasons. Same with this page from Dr. Stone. I like it way more, but still enjoy how the anime handled it. And this is only on a visual level. If we apply audio like music, sound effects, and voice acting, it can be on par, if not better, like this scene from Food Wars, which was done by the same studio as Way of the House Husband. The weird thing is that there is a live action promotional video and even a show where all the jokes are exactly as we envision them. And everything it can do, an animated show can do, but better. If anything, an animated show can be more faithful since it doesn't have the limitations of reality. If the two creative leads behind a project make a mistake, it is going to affect everything, and it has. Even down to its inconsistent presentation, which was done to pad out the material to barely reach its 16-minute runtime. Properly animating it and weaving together the chapters would have naturally fleshed out the material, allowing them to get the same episode length, if not more. Watamote is a great example of this since every episode is standard length and is composed of 3 or 4 chapters. Chapters that have a way more inconsistent page count compared to House Husband. Both manga have a similar page width and episodic nature where a new story starts and ends, which is why I'm talking about this. The reason I bring all this up is because of that statement from the producer. I've been seeing lots of people defend the anime because it's what the creators wanted, thus making it immune to any criticism. This way of thinking has blown my mind, so let me give you a hypothetical with another experimental JC Staff Netflix anime, High Score Girl, where similarly the producer wanted a specific style for it since he thought it would suit it better. But instead of the great lively CG, we got something really low end, and let's say it's X-Arms levels of bad. Using this logic of this is what he wanted, does it automatically make it okay and void of any criticisms? No, it doesn't. I'm always gonna respect a creative with a unique vision, but just having it isn't gonna give you a free pass. It's the execution of that vision that matters. It's really ironic that the creators were the reason it ended up like this, because one of the main topics throughout the story is how Tatsu has become soft since he drastically changed, when in reality he still has his edge, and if anything has hardened it because he adapted. He saw what wasn't working, dropped it and went with what did, and got something way better in the long run out of it. Which sadly the anime didn't do. It became the thing that Tatsu proved he wasn't. It became weak and forgettable. Which sucks to say for something that I know is way better. If you guys hit the end of the video, I always appreciate that. I know it's been some time since the last one, so I hope the wait was worth it. I also want to give a shout out to user Yuhara from my Discord and Twitch chat for giving me some really good examples of action manga that I used in the video. If you guys liked it, here are the last 2 videos that I made, and as always, bye guys, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.